color affects your mood, your decisions, your energy levels, and even how trustworthy someone thinks you are, and most of the time, you don't even notice it happening. Today, we're breaking down the real science behind how colors shape the way you think and feel. The science of color psychology. Before we get into specific colors, we need to understand how color actually works inside the brain. Humans see color because of special cells in the eyes called cones. These cones detect wavelengths of light, red, green, and blue, and your brain blends these inputs together like a living paint mixer. That means almost every color you see is the result of your brain interpreting light, not the color itself. Once your eyes pick up those wavelengths, the signal travels to the visual cortex, and from there, straight into the limbic system, the emotional center of the brain. This is why colors create feelings before you even think about them. It's fast, automatic, and deeply tied to survival. For example, early humans relied on color cues to spot danger, food, shelter, and water. Your brain learned to react long before language developed. But color meaning isn't just biological, it's also shaped by culture and personal experience. To one person, yellow means sunshine and joy. To another, it might mean caution tape and warning signs. The meaning of a color builds over a lifetime through memories, environment, and even family traditions. This is why color psychology is powerful. It taps into instinct and memory at the same time. So, when we talk about what each color means, we're really talking about a blend of biology, culture, and emotional association working together. And once you understand that foundation, the rest of color psychology begins to make perfect sense. The power colors: red, orange, and yellow. These colors are known as high-energy colors. They're bold, bright, and impossible for the brain to ignore. Let's start with red. Red speeds up your heart rate, increases alertness, and demands attention. That's why stop signs are red, emergency lights are red, and so many fast food chains use red to stir up appetite and urgency. Historically, red has represented passion, danger, love, war, celebration, and victory. In other words, red never shows up quietly. If colors were people at a party, red is the one telling the loud story in the kitchen while everyone else listens.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Come on, man.
Orange is a little gentler, but still full of energy. Psychologically, orange boosts enthusiasm, sociability, and motivation. Studies have shown that orange can increase feelings of warmth and openness, which is why it's used in everything from outdoor brands to sports teams. Orange feels adventurous, like a color that wants you to say yes to something new. Yellow is the brightest of the three. It activates the brain in a unique way and is often linked to optimism, creativity, and analytical thinking. Teachers, designers, and creators use yellow intentionally because it sparks curiosity. But too much yellow can be overstimulating, which is why babies tend to cry more in bright yellow rooms. A little goes a long way. These power colors share one thing in common. They catch your attention immediately. They can energize you, motivate you, and make an environment feel more alive. Used in balance, they create excitement. Used too heavily, they can trigger stress or irritability. The key is moderation, just enough to wake up the mind without overwhelming it. The calm colors, blue and green. Blue and green are known as restoration colors and the ones your brain instinctively trusts. Blue is consistently ranked as the world's most popular color, and there's a good reason for that. The brain associates blue with calm skies, open water, and predictable surroundings. Studies show that blue lowers blood pressure, slows your breathing, and reduces stress. That's why banks, tech companies, and hospitals often choose blue. It feels stable, reliable, and safe. Blue also has an interesting effect on productivity. Lighter blues encourage focus and mental clarity, while darker blues signal intelligence and professionalism. This is why so many uniforms and business suits are navy. They give off a calm authority without feeling harsh. Green has its own psychological strengths. Because it's tied to nature, growth, and renewal, green reduces anxiety and restores balance. Research shows that green environments, even artificial ones, improve mood and help people recover from mental fatigue. Hospitals, schools, and wellness spaces use green to create a sense of emotional grounding. Green also boosts creativity. That might be why walking outside helps people solve problems more clearly. Nature resets the brain in ways screens can't compete with. Together, blue and green create spaces that feel relaxing, trustworthy, and mentally refreshing. They're the colors you use when you want to feel centered again, or when you need clarity to make a decision. If power colors start a conversation, calm colors help you finish it. The emotional colors, pink and purple. Pink and purple sit in a special category because they're not about urgency or calmness. They're about emotion, connection, and imagination. Pink is traditionally linked to affection, care, softness, and emotional warmth. But in recent years, pink has become a symbol of empowerment too. The pink ribbon for breast cancer awareness, modern fashion movements, and branding campaigns have all given the color a new meaning: strength wrapped in compassion. Pink is both gentle and bold, which is why it stands out in branding, wellness spaces, and social messaging. Psychologically, pink reduces feelings of aggression and promotes comfort. Lighter pinks feel soft and calming, while brighter pinks feel energetic and confident.
You don't love me!
Pink makes people feel seen, like they're being welcomed rather than judged. Purple has a deeper, more mysterious effect. Historically, purple dye was rare and expensive, so it became associated with royalty, wealth, and wisdom. Today, that association still holds. Purple feels luxurious, imaginative, and spiritual. It stimulates creativity and has been linked to problem solving and artistic inspiration. Brands use purple when they want to feel premium or otherworldly. It's the color of mystery, wonder, and intuition. Whether you're thinking of a galaxy, a velvet curtain, or a magic trick from childhood, purple brings out the part of the brain that loves the unknown. Together, pink and purple are emotional amplifiers. They express feelings, memory, compassion, and imagination, the colors that reach straight into the heart. The neutral colors, black, white, gray, and brown. Neutral colors may not shout, but they shape the entire emotional atmosphere of a space. Black is bold, commanding, and confident. It represents strength, authority, and formality. That's why black suits, black cars, and black packaging feel powerful. But black also carries associations with mourning, grief, and mystery.
It's actually the evening.
Grieving!
It's a color that holds both weight and elegance. White symbolizes purity, calm, and simplicity. It gives the mind a sense of clarity and new beginnings. White walls and open spaces create a feeling of peace, but too much white can feel cold or sterile, like a hospital. The key is balance. Gray is a practical, grounding color. It represents neutrality, balance, and logic. It's the let's think this through color. That's why gray is used in offices and modern designs. It doesn't distract the mind. Brown is warm, earthy, and comforting. It reminds the brain of natural materials like wood, soil, and leather. Brown creates a sense of safety, stability, and reliability. It feels familiar, like a warm cup of coffee or a well-loved book. Neutral colors support everything else. They're the backdrop that either calms the mind or gives brighter colors room to shine. Color and emotion. Why colors change mood. Colors don't just look different, they feel different. And that's because they trigger emotional responses in the limbic system, the part of the brain responsible for memory, mood, and instinct. Warm colors like red, orange, and yellow activate the brain's alert system, raising heart rate and stimulating energy. Cool colors like blue and green do the opposite. They relax the nervous system and encourage slower breathing. Lighting also changes the meaning of color. Soft, warm light makes colors feel cozy and inviting, while harsh lighting can drain color or change the mood entirely. Even time of day affects how your brain interprets color. Seasonal effects play a role too. Winter colors feel colder because there's less natural light, while spring colors feel fresh because they match the growth happening outdoors. Our emotional response to color is always interacting with our environment, experiences, and memories. This is why color impacts everything from appetite to concentration to decision-making. It's not magic. It's biology, psychology, and instinct working together. How companies use color to influence you. Brands spend millions researching color psychology because color influences choices more than most people realize. Red triggers urgency, which is why sales signs and fast food logos rely on it. Blue builds trust and dependability, which is why banks and tech companies use it. Green feels natural and safe, perfect for companies selling health, sustainability, or food. Purple feels luxurious and exclusive, making it a favorite in beauty and wellness industries. Yellow grabs attention. Fast food chains use it to stimulate appetite and energy. Companies know that color alone can make you stop, look twice, feel hungry, trust a product, or pay more for something that feels premium. Once you understand these patterns, you'll start noticing them everywhere, and you'll never look at a store aisle the same way again. How to use color psychology in your life. Color psychology isn't just for designers and marketers. It's something you can use every day to shape your mood, focus, confidence, and environment. If you want more productivity, choose cool blues or greens for your workspace. If you want more energy in the morning, bring in warmer colors like orange or yellow. If you want a calm bedroom, focus on softer neutrals. Clothing colors can shift how you feel too. Red for confidence, blue for trust, black for authority, or pink for warmth. Small changes can have big effects. Even swapping the color of your phone wallpaper can shift your mood more than you'd expect. Color is one of the simplest tools you can use to improve your emotional well-being, reduce stress, and create a healthier environment. And the best part? You don't need to repaint your entire house to feel the benefits. Even one intentional color choice can shift the way you think and feel every day. Color psychology is powerful because it connects instinct, memory, and emotion all at once. Understanding how color affects your mind can help you build a calmer home, make stronger choices, and express yourself in ways that feel authentic. If you enjoyed learning the science behind how colors shape your mood, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video.